Right? Good morning, I'm Stephen Agnone. Imagine 20 years from now, one morning, as you are readying your child for school, you notice a Chinese textbook in their backpack. Chinese has become the secondary language being taught in schools across the country. How did this happen? America is the greatest nation in the world, and is on the brink of losing this title to China. First, I will inform my audience on the causes of the economic recession. Second, I will discuss the effects on the United States. Lastly, how China is making enormous strides toward economic supremacy in the world. The U.S. economic downturn began in 2008 with the housing market crash. Banks were granting subprime mortgage loans and then sold these bad eggs across the world. Mass defaults on loans led to the U.S. indirectly dragging the world into economic recession. Over the summer, we experienced the second part of what is now being termed a double-dip recession. Interest rates on loans granted between banks increased, which increased mortgage rates here in the United States. This put more pressure on an already ailing housing market. On the top left of the slide, I have a graph of the U.S. housing market. You can see the dramatic decline in activity as it heads into 2008. It was compiled by the National Association of Realtors. The effects on the United States as a world power are simple. In the past, it was easy for the United States as a nation to call the shots in the world economy. Other countries are more likely to follow a rich and successful nation. However, the recession exposed flaws in the United States economy and banking standards. Economist and writer Daniel McDowell wrote on ChinaUSFocus.com, however, American moral authority on economic issues is eroding due to recent events viewed around the world as either reckless or self-serving. Opinions about about the U.S. being the leader in world economics are changing. On the bottom right of this slide, we have the famous March on Wall Street protests. America's own people are fed up with the job-starved economy and the methods the government are using to try to remedy it. This picture was taken from whatbubbaknows.com, a right-wing extremist website. Now that we talked about the U.S. and the effects of the recession on the United States, let's talk about China. China has stepped up. It has shown economic growth in hard times. Peers are likely to follow the Chinese economic plans rather than the U.S.'s because they have proven to be successful for their own nation. China is threatening the U.S.'s title as a premier world power. If successful in leading the world out of this mess, they gain the respect that the U.S. has lost as a world leader. The world has witnessed the U.S. failing as China succeeds. The best comparison is the stimulus package both countries installed after the housing market collapse. McDowell writes, Beijing also implemented a $586 billion stimulus plan in 2008 that was praised by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, as not only good for China, but a boon for an ailing global economy. So far, the U.S. stimulus package has seemed to only plunge America further into debt. On the left of this slide, we have a political cartoon of a panda that symbolizes the Chinese economy working out and getting stronger. It was taken from hyun0124.worldpress.com, an economist website. On the right, there's a graph of the Chinese economic growth through the latter part of the 20th century. You can see that they peaked at the right time. This was taken from bbcnews.com. Many know the American economy is declining, but fewer realize we are slowly losing a silent battle with China for respect as the world's leader. Many nations believe China is the answer to regaining economic stability in the world. If the U.S. continues to falter economically, they will be right. So I ask you, do you want your kids to have to learn Chinese to get by in life? Thank you.
4 minutes and 30 seconds.